Joining us tonight, first up at 6, a grandson arrested in connection with an attack that left his grandfather dead.
And tonight, Kevin Carter is behind bars on $1 million bond. The attack happened Friday night in Bloomfield. Pinpoint News Tracker taking us to that area. The 911 call came from a home on Wall Street.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Susan Raff talked with family members. She is joining us live right outside of Hartford Superior Court tonight with more. Susan?
Mark, Kevin Carter lived with his grandfather, and his family told us today that he became angry over the weekend and that he took his rage out on his grandfather. As for the grandfather, he was clinging to life in the hospital, but he died Sunday. Kevin Carter faced a judge. He's charged with first-degree assault. However, further charges are pending, possibly murder.
Currently lives in Bloomfield. Has lived at the address for the past 32 years.
Carter at one point looked back to see his family sitting in the courtroom. Carter's mother and brother were both there.
It was very, very hard for me because my dad was a good man. He would help any and everybody.
Her son Kevin is 32 years old and has always lived with his grandparents. Friday night, the grandmother was at church and Carter's uncle was staying over when he heard loud banging upstairs.
Boom, 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 boom. So he didn't know what it was, so he just laid there and then he heard it again. He said boom, boom, boom. So he lay there again, but the next time he said, let me get up and go see what that is. So
the uncle found the grandfather, Thomas Savage, beaten severely and was laying in a pool of blood. Carter has been arrested at least 6 times for domestic violence, elderly assault, violating a restraining order, as well as risk of injury. His family says he has served time in prison, but there are no convictions on his record. The family says the charges were dismissed after he was released. As for Carter's brother, he says the grandfather gave to everyone.
A lot of the family depended on him a lot, you know, he was definitely that one important family member, you could call and he'd be right there for you.
We asked the mother why her son would do this.
why he would do that? Because he just have a problem.
The family also told us today that Kevin Carter has assaulted his grandfather in the past, but clearly not as bad as what happened over the weekend. Today, the judge did order a mental health evaluation. As for Kevin Carter, he'll be back in court later this month. We are live in Hartford. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.